Jaron Lanier, You Are Not a Gadget. In the book, You Are Not a Gadget, by Jaron Lanier, readers are introduced to a myriad of technological issues that impact society. The author discusses how technology can stifle individual creativity and promote locked-in systems. Key topics covered in the book include the limitations of the internet, the role of the collective versus the individual, and the potential future of a world where technology continues to dominate various aspects of our lives. By venturing into this summary, readers will be exposed to thought-provoking ideas that force a deep examination of society's relationship with technology.
The Perils of Locked-in Systems. In the early 1980s, MIDI technology became incredibly popular for creating sound interfaces in electronic musical instruments and computers. However, its initial design became locked in, posing challenges for future modifications. This is a common issue with complex systems, and the downsides are greater when the system involves a large and intricate design. For instance, the London Underground's narrow tunnels, constructed with 19th and early 20th century technology, cause discomfort for commuters to this day as it is impossible to widen them. The takeaway is that the initial design of a technology is often imperfect and can have long-term consequences if it becomes widespread and inflexible. The singularity and the limits of computers. The Internet is a vast source of information that some believe will soon be collected into a single form of ultimate wisdom, creating a moment when human knowledge is surpassed by computer intelligence. However, we must not forget that computers have limitations. Although they have already surpassed humans in some aspects such as defeating a chess grandmaster, they severely reduce our individuality by boiling down our lives to a series of information boxes and require human input to give them purpose. We should not deify the limited intelligence of computers but continue to explore our own creativity and individuality in our brains. The consequences of free culture. The Internet's free culture treats all information and media as interchangeable fragments. This way of consuming content leads to shorter attention spans and diverts attention away from the authors of original works. As a result, creators make shorter, lower-quality works, and the quality of journalism has declined. The tragedy of free culture is that we are left with repeatedly recycled and stale works instead of being inspired to create groundbreaking new ones. The dangers of crowdsourced content. Mashup culture and crowdsourced content are promoted as creative and intelligent. However, they undermine individual creativity and potential for totalitarianism. The quality of information is better when it comes from individuals who give undivided attention to subjects. Crowdsourced content, such as Wikipedia, diminishes individual authorship and value. While the notion that many people's collective knowledge is greater than one person's individual knowledge is true, quality is not based on quantity. Einstein's contributions alone outweigh the sum knowledge of all Wikipedia contributors. Anonymity and online behavior. Online bad behavior is facilitated by anonymous commenting in forums and websites. This bad behavior is damaging to society, as seen through hive-like attacks and tragic consequences such as the suicide of Korean actress Choi Jin-sil. Design solutions can mitigate the issue by encouraging users to invest in their online identity while still remaining anonymous, as exemplified by eBay's user rating system. By preserving their identities' reputations, users can benefit from anonymity without engaging in bad behavior. Winners and losers on the Internet. The Internet has both winners and losers. The beneficiaries are the website owners such as Google and Facebook who make huge profits through advertising and collecting user data. Consumers also benefit from the easy and usually free access to a wide range of content. However, creators of content struggle to get noticed and face the challenge of monetizing their efforts. Consumers demand cheap or free content, leaving content creators with minimal chance of monetary compensation. This leads to a race for self-promotion, making it difficult to earn a living as a content creator. In the upcoming parts of the summary, we will explore the broader implications of these trends. The power and perils of the crowd. In the modern world, collectivism is more important than individualism, and this collective knowledge is being used by businesses to their advantage. Hedge funds use computers as financial search engines to collect financial information from various sources to make investments, while content providers like YouTube rely on the crowd to create material that attracts viewers. However, this approach creates a divide between the companies and what they do. Hedge funds distance themselves from the actual markets and products they invest in, while YouTube relinquishes control over its own content. This lack of control can have dangerous consequences, such as the economic crash of 2008 caused by traders using computer models to invest in products without adequate understanding. Similarly, YouTube is full of repetitive and mindless video junk that generates quick giggles but lacks long-term conversation. It is, therefore, crucial to recognize the power and perils of the crowd and find a balance between collectivism and autonomy in modern businesses. The future of work and technology. Technology has always made work easier, from the invention of the wheel to smartphones. However, we are approaching a point where robots could potentially replace human workers. While this seems like a far-fetched idea, recent history has shown technology has concentrated wealth in the hands of a few, leaving the middle class in decline. If this trend continues, the majority of people will be impoverished, and only those who own technology will be wealthy. Ensuring compensation for online content creators. With the internet still being young and malleable, it is crucial to promote the values of human intelligence and individuality through protecting intellectual property. The author suggests various ways content creators can be compensated, such as creating a single protected copy of everybody's work, using the Songla USB stick, telegigging, or instituting a small tax on all online usage. This would allow for original online authorship to be fostered and rewarded.
The book You Are Not a Gadget explores various ideas on how technology, particularly the internet, has both positively and negatively impacted society and individual creativity. Lanier highlights the dangers of locked-in systems, collective thinking, and anonymity in online spaces. The author encourages readers to consider how intellectual property can be protected and monetized, which could ultimately change the direction of technology. By understanding these key ideas, readers are reminded to acknowledge and appreciate the unique potential and creative power within each individual, safeguarding themselves from solely relying on collective and superficial experiences provided by technology.